hit. Let's see if we can get the equities markets out of this range. Let's see how gold and oil do in our morning strategies today, right after the intro. As always, nothing that I state on my channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that's put out there is at risk for loss. All right, so we just had PCE numbers come out, and we had initial jobless numbers come out. 7:30 Central Time. It's 7:40 a.m. on the 29th of February, the official last day of February. So kind of a big trading day for me, especially for my cash account and to get this eval into some buffer profit zone. So let's take a look really quickly at the trades from yesterday. We had a really nice trade in gold. It's really the only trade that I was able to take yesterday, and I'll explain that when I get into oil. We get activated at 8:05 on this inside bar in gold. We get activated to the short. Took this for 27 ticks or $270, both in my eval and in my cash, trading one E-mini in gold. If we take a look at oil, did not trade session one, as pretty much I have not traded at all February. Session two was a winner, inside bar 9:05 in the morning. Got activated to the short, 25 ticks. Nice trade. Was not in that trade, obviously. If you guys watched my video from yesterday, you would know that. But we started having some issues, not just we, but pretty much a lot of traders were reporting on their eval accounts. I actually had my cash account also freeze, and just really on the equity markets. But since we were having that issue right around the 9 o'clock period, I decided not to take any further trades in oil. Obviously cost me some profits there that I would have loved to take, but I was more concerned about being in a trade that ends up going against me. I can't flatten my position. So it was more about managing the morning than it was about profit and loss. I'm actually very happy, put that into my journal, that I was still happy with my trading decisions from yesterday. Rob Reversal did not have a trade yesterday. Let's see here. So if we go to yesterday, here were your setups. 8:30 we get a setup to go long. Pattern, time, okay. Closes below the ADMA, no trade. At 11 o'clock in the morning, we get a setup to go short. Closes above the ADMA, so no trade. Obviously a nice downtrend on that one. And then these are at, well, this is at 1, what time was this at? I'm sorry, this was at 2:15. So we've got no trade here. This is past our time conditions, so we've got nothing there. Taking a look this morning in oil. Oil's always on my left-hand side of my chart. We do have an uptrend in oil this morning, and I believe it's the same thing in gold. Gold obviously had a really nice rip here with the news that just came out, so that is also trending upwards. If we take a look at the equities markets, this is the big news that just hit, which is kind of nice because this kind of took us on the S&P and the NASDAQ, took us out of this range that we've been sitting in for, it seems like an eternity, but definitely for the last couple of days in the markets, it's just been really stuck in this range. Finally, this news with PCE and initial jobless claims, obviously was able to get us broken from there. But let's see at the open how the markets react to the news and where we kind of go from there. I will start to plan on giving some commentary on the S&P and the NQ. I trade them a lot, so I will start giving some levels here in my videos as well. I think a lot of people will find them pretty damn helpful. So that's where we're at. Let's see. And then let's also pull up our dashboard for Top Step. We currently sit at $50,232. So would like to build on this buffer here, hopefully with a green day today. Obviously, it's going to help our numbers for February. Gold is in the green. Session 2 of oil is in the red. So I would love to see those numbers get helped. Obviously, it helps my account, both in the cash and the eval. So let's see what happens here shortly. Stick around for my trades and my trade recap at the end of the video.
Order canceled.
All right, so here is our first setup for the morning. And we get a setup here in gold. We are looking for a short. Now, obviously we had a pretty clear uptrend, but then we started to range pretty heavily at the pretty much at the tops for the day. And at this point, again, my strategy is just looking for a temporary movement, one way that price action wants to go. We obviously here get activated into the short as part of my new little tweak is that once I hit 70% take profit, I will then reduce my risk on the trade by pretty much 50%. So that's what you see there on the screen. I made that adjustment there. And looking at price action, when I got into this trade, once I saw this initial push, I was very, very excited about the trade because I knew that it was a place where price action would probably want to revisit again here at the bottom of this range. And, here it gets a little dicey. We start getting really close back to our entry point. But I just have this, the sellers here seem to want to push price action down, and here we get really close to our take profit. Again, my strategy is seeing price action go to either my take profit or my full stop loss. In this case, a reduced stop loss because it already went to 70% of its TP. Haven't necessarily had to use this new tweak yet because they've all been winners since I've been doing it, which is a good feeling. This one is also a winner. Full take profit. Great trade.
Target filled. Order canceled.
All right, here on the left side of my chart is the oil chart. We are currently trading the micro version of oil. So I'm trading 3 MCL contracts. Happy thing that I saw this morning is that my bracket orders finally decided to work, which makes life a lot easier. So one thing here that I wanted to point out is that even though I am trading the MCL, I am actually trading everything based off of the CL chart that I have open below. You obviously can't see it. It's on one of my other monitors. So I know some people on Discord, they trade the MCL or the micro version of gold, and they just go off of that chart. Well, sometimes the inside bars do not necessarily, because of the ticks and the way that price action goes, the variance between the micro contract and the E-mini, there is slight variations. So I like to base my trades off of the CL, which has the most volume and it's what I prefer. So my stop loss here is based on the CL. And another thing too is that you're going to notice here, I've already reduced my stop loss because obviously you guys can see we came about, here it shows about 2 ticks from our take profit, but it was actually closer than that because once I looked at my chart on the CL, I actually end up dropping my take profit one more tick down to match the CL chart exactly. So it was really, we almost took full take profit here on that huge up bar that we had. And now I'm just, price action is definitely on my side. We're in the green most of this trade. And we were able to take a beautiful trade in oil session 2. Winner.
Target filled.
So we had enough donkey days. Finally, another unicorn day. What a just a fantastic morning of trades. I I was just really impressed today with. Let's just start with the gold trade that we took here. Actually, I didn't even think that we were going to get the way that the market was kind of ranging at the top here. Wasn't necessarily sure that we wouldn't take a setup here, but we did get activated at the 845 inside bar. It was a trade for 15 ticks, full take profit. That was 150. I believe it was actually 100. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, it was 16 ticks. Yep, it was $160 profit to the eval, and I took that in cash. So I can confirm that my cash account in February finished, well, not necessarily 100% finished, but it's definitely in the green, because even if I was to take a Rob reversal today with the 2 micros, that would be $140 loss and still be in the green for February. So that is some very positive news. I won February. That's the way I'm looking at it. I know I've been talking pretty negatively about February in general, but I'm gonna show you guys some stats here that that puts a lot of things, I think, in perspective for a lot of traders. In oil, both sessions, winners, session 1, not trading it at 8:45 a.m. This got activated to the long, 20 ticks. So if you're E-mini, $200. And session 2, which you just saw, we also took the trade off of the 935 inside bar. That went for a winner for 19 ticks, which is awesome. Only took it with 3 micros, but was able to finish the day on the eval up $215 on the morning strategies. And on the Rob reversal, no setup yet. We did get a setup to go short at 9:45, and this did not activate because this closed above the ADMA. No trade. Kind of eyeing this one. If this one closes on an up candle, we will get activated into a trade here. So I will update you guys on that one if that does get activated. Now, the long-awaited results for February. This is, I think, puts a lot of things in perspective. So this is everything that I traded in February on my strategies that I traded. As you guys know, in February, I did not trade oil session 1. So in my evals and in my funded account, I took oil session 2, gold, and 15-minute Rob reversals. Now, this is the exact stats from every single trade that occurred. Did I take every single trade? No. You guys have all witnessed all my mistakes, and majority of my mistakes have been pretty much winners that I have not been able to take for one stupid reason or the other, but that's a part of trading. In looking at it, throughout February, I put out several videos of, losses, and, I even put out a video where maybe mid-February where I said, listen, strategies will lose in a trade, in a day, in a week. Sometimes strategies will lose for the month, and sometimes strategies will even lose for a year. I mean, it's quite possible. But midway through February, I created a video. I'm going to see if I can link it up here, where I even said, you know what? I have to stay the course. There's a lot of people that said, you know what, just trade the 15-minute Rob reversal. Yeah,
Order submitted.
That would be an awesome trade if I only would have taken the Rob reversal. But at the same time, if I look at the stats for oil session 2, which is what I traded in all of February, that took a loss of 19 ticks, $190. Gold took 55 ticks of profit, $550. 15-minute Rob reversal, 840 ticks, which would have bring you a profit of $4,200. These are all trading just one E-mini lot. One E-mini. Now, for those of you that know and been following my channel, you guys have seen that majority of the time, I have only been trading 3 micro versions of the oil session 2. Gold I trade in the E-mini, and obviously the 15-minute Rob reversal, the E-mini. So that even is, as a trader, recognizing what the trends and not blowing up a strategy, not changing the rules completely, but making minor tweaks, taking a look at what the previous month, even the previous 2 months have been doing, and making adjustments. The adjustments that I made this month was oil session 1, I would not trade. That turned out to be a very, very smart move. Now, another small tweak that I made very recently is once I get to 70 or 75% of my take profit, I will reduce my risk by 50%. That's another small tweak that I have made. So those are the things that, without blowing up a strategy, without changing everything that you've got going on, those are the things that you have to look at as a trader. So as much as I talk negatively of February, making up this chart with my recap for the month, put everything really in perspective for me. And I think for a lot of traders, especially on our Discord. So what am I saying? February ended off green in my cash account. We were able to fight back, which is fantastic to do. I did not give up faith in the strategy. Honestly, it didn't even waver a little bit. I just know that this is a play for the long run, not a specific day, a specific trade, or even a specific week. So that's what I got for today. I'll keep you guys updated on the 15-minute Rob reversal if that ends up showing up here. And what else do I have? If you're interested in trying to get a funded account through Top Step, getting a $50,000, $100,000, or $150,000 eval, as we've been doing, and trying to get funded with them, there is a link below. I am an affiliate for them. Any help that you can provide, that would be fantastic. It's the only revenue source for this channel outside of YouTube. So that's it. That's all I've got. Please like the video. Leave me a comment below. Let me know how you guys did today, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Happy trading, everyone.